Hello, my name is Alastair Bruce and I'm here to answer your questions about the coronation here at Westminster Abbey. Jim, that's a good question because, of course, the King became king in real terms on the moment the heartbeat of the late Queen ended. But that's according to statute, and our constitutional settlement requires certain processes to be met. And the inauguration of the head of state of this kingdom has always involved a coronation at its conclusion. And in a way, the end of one reign comes with sadness, and the start of a new reign culminates in the joy of a coronation. So you're right that constitutionally there is no real difference between the king before he comes here to Westminster as to when he leaves, but the coronation is a tradition and it is part of the way in the United Kingdom we do things. The anointing is the most sacred part of the coronation service, and traditionally they brought a canopy over the sovereign, like a sort of tent. But the intention on this occasion is to put a canopy around the king, and it's partly to make it easier for him to remove the items of clothing that he will need to do in order to be anointed. And I think in this day and age it is a courtesy to him that that should be private, and this seems to be a sensible way in order to preserve that privacy. At the moment of coronation, the king will be crowned with this crown, St. Edward's crown, which is the coronation crown of the United Kingdom. Actually, at the moment, he isn't depicted with a crown on the stamps, but where you do see one shown artistically, that is an heraldic crown, which looks very similar and looks like this. When the king leaves the abbey at the end of his coronation, he will change and wear the imperial state crown. That's this one. And this is the one that perhaps has most of the historically famous stones in it that tell the story of the United Kingdom. When Queen Camilla is crowned, she's crowned as Queen Consort. That is the consort or wife of the king. So her crowning has no effect on her children. They will never be in the line of succession. The only people who can be in the line of succession are the people in the bloodline that goes right back through history to people like William the Conqueror. The coronation looks much smaller than it has historically, but then coronations have always changed and they reflect what's going on in the country at the time. And I dare say the king, taking advice, has taken the view that a smaller coronation, much more slimmed down, makes sense for the state of the United Kingdom at the moment, where we are in history and the attitudes everybody has. In the past they built a huge annex out here, particularly in 1953, for vast coronations of members of the House of Lords wearing velvet robes. All of that is not going to take place. It will be a very simple service that meets all the historical traditions and yet takes us through the last final point of inaugurating a new head of state. Jeannie, you're right. Queen Victoria's coronation invitation did describe her as Her Sacred Majesty. It was also sacred for her uncle, William IV. But from Edward VII onwards, it's just been plain His or Her Majesty. And I think that reflects the fact that times change. But a central part to the coronation ceremony is the sacrament, the Christian sacrament of anointing. And I think that that is why people referred to Majesty as very often sacred. But we live in different times, and I think it's appropriate not to refer to Charles III as His Sacred Majesty in 2023. It's very difficult to say where the best place to be is for the coronation, but they have now shown the route that the King's carriage will take both out and the Gold State coach will take back, and it's basically from Buckingham Palace here to the Abbey along the Mall and then coming down Whitehall. Anywhere along that route would be ideal if you want to watch the whole procession pass by, but I think the very best place to see it will be on Sky News, because we'll take you inside the Abbey, we'll take you to see all the events as they take place. But if you want to be on your location near Buckingham Palace, have your mobile phone ready, join us and we'll try and take you through the story.